Hello everybody, welcome to Feature Friday. We're going to get started here in about 2 more minutes. Woohoo, boy howdy, it has been a wild couple of days here at Fiber Fair. Well, hello Coralie, how are you doing tonight? Hi Christina. Hearts to y'all too. Okay, puppy, go to your couch. Woohoo! Oh my goodness, everyone. You know, it just seems technical stuff lately has been a never-ending battle. Oh my gosh. So right now everything is going. Tonight, I think we're going to have an uneventful night. Double finger cross. But hi, Mia. Yeah, so it's all good. Boy, howdy. It's just that old saying, you can never teach an old dog new tricks. Well, let me tell you, this old dog has been taught a lot of new tricks when it comes to tech over the last few weeks. So tonight, episode 10, and we're doing blocks 9 and 10. And block 10 is a very long stitch out, so I have the biggest part of it done. And I'm going to explain the process. And block 9 is like the same as half of block 10. We're going to do block 9 completely on camera. And we're going to get started. Welcome to Feature Friday, everybody. So what I have in the hoop right now, let me swap my camera over. There's the one we want. And there. We're going to come over here. Now I have this finished size of this block is 6.5 by, hold on, let me get my paper, I'll never remember it. Too many numbers in my head right now. So right here, what we're doing, block 9, we're making 3 of them, and it will finish a 6.5 by 6.5 inch block. Block number 10, which is currently in the hoop, we have to make 3 of those. The fabric is cut 8.5 by 14.5, but the finished size, once trimming is done, is 6.5 by 12.5. Okay? So what I did, this is the Baby Lock 7 by 14 magnetic hoop. This is in my Solaris. And all I did, I put tearaway stabilizer in, and I have floated that piece of fabric on top and then basted it to the stabilizer. And once this finished stitching out, I'm going to show you that process from beginning to end, because you could do that with a 9.5 by 14. So for this block, the hoop sizes that would work the best, this one, 7 by 14, and 9.5 by 14, and that 9.5 by 14 will also fit a Solaris, but it comes with the Meridian, Altair, Destiny machines, and that's how you can do that. So you don't have to you waste less fabric by floating it on top of this hoop. Regardless of which hoop you're using, I'm just happy to use this magnetic one because this will not slip and slide like some magnetic hoops will. I love this hoop. I love all the Baby Lock magnetic hoops because they are very sturdy. Okay, all of that being said, this is what it looks like on the screen right here. That's block number 10. We need to make 3 of those blocks for the quilt. Okay. And this is, I'm getting to use some of my scraps now. here for the centers and the little leaves here. I actually had scraps like this I'm using. Look, check this out. Little scraps like that, I can get one of those leaves out of. So I'm not wasting fabric that way. That's an important thing for me. So what I've got left to do with this is it's going to finish stitching out the orange outline on this one. So I'm just going to go ahead and get it started. Let it finish stitching. There's about 10 minutes left on this stitch out. But these, with trimming, take about an hour and a half. About an hour and a half for each block to be completely finished, including trimming. Hi, Karen. Hope everybody across the country is doing well with the air pollution from all the fires and everything. Hang in there if you have to go, if you're in a bad area that's being affected, for goodness sake, put on a mask. If you have to. I know nobody wants to really hear that, but it's what we need to do to keep our lungs safe. Mia, so your best bet for the Altair or the Meridian or even the Destiny is the Monster Snap Magnetic Hoop, and it is a 9.5 by 14. That is what I would recommend. This hoop will not fit Altair, Meridian, Destiny, only the Solaris. And quite honestly, with the Altair and Meridian, the 9.5 by 14 regular type of hoop that comes with it would work for this process equally as well. Yes, Christina, I am having allergies. Bad allergies. And drainage. Oh, you're welcome, Mia. Now I'm gonna, once this one is stitched out, when I take it out, I'm gonna re-hoop this and show you how to float this fabric. How to float fabric in a hoop, on any machine. This technique would apply to any machine. But the two blocks that we are doing tonight, here's my sheets. Here we go. Right here. We're stitching this out right now. That's block 10. And here is block number 9. Same flower design, but it's going to be a small square. See? That. This will be a little bit larger than what is stitching out here. But yay. And if you look at this block here, the stitch out is actually 5.42 wide by 11.38 tall. Therefore, this one, you could also do this in an 8 by 12 inch hoop if you have one, a Baby Lock 8 by 12. There's not a magnetic one in that size. It's still the regular type of hoop, but an 8 by 12 hoop. And that was the largest hoop that would fit the Elissimo series of machines. Excuse me. It is very beautiful, Mia. And there's actually blocks 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. There's 5 different blocks of this size for this quilt. So far we are doing well tonight. We have stripped to be able to broadcast tonight. Mike has unplugged every network cable in the house and ran it direct from the cable modem directly to my streaming computer. So right now the only thing attached to our ISP modem is this one computer. And everything is green on my screen, which means everything is a go. So let's keep our fingers crossed for tonight. Oh my gosh, it's such an adventure, everyone, let me tell you. Now, each one of these 3 blocks I will do in a different colorway. I'm not making any 2 blocks. When I have to make 3 of one block, I'm changing up the fabric. I will keep the same green thread, and I have enough of this fabric, I think, for all the leaves on the blocks for this. We'll see. At least for these 3, I'll probably use some different fabric for the other leaves as we move forward. This is all that fabric I have left right here. I don't know if I would have enough for 6 times 30 out of this. That would be cutting it close, so I'm not even going to try to do that. Coralie, what part of the country are you in, girl? Coralie, are you being affected by the wildfire smoke from Canada? Some parts of our country are really getting hard hit with that, I know for a fact. Alrighty, so what it's telling me to do now is to swap thread, and we're going to stitch the raw edge covering stitch around the 2 centers. You can see on my screen, that's what it's showing me right there. Okay. And I have this turquoise thread selected for this. Oops, there we go. Okay. So I'm just going to swap out this thread color. Oh my goodness, Coralie, I love Pulley Up. And I never say that word right. Oh my gosh. I love the Sewing Expo they have there in the early part of the year every year. Oh my goodness, I love that part. I love Seattle area anyway. It's beautiful there. Okay, so let's get those started stitching. right, Kara, you're from out there too. Pew you all. There you go. Thank you, Coralie. Pew you all up. I'm going to write that down and practice that. When I go back out there to teach, hopefully next year, I'm gonna nail saying that, the name of that town. Okay. Excuse me. I wish it would rain here. We haven't had much rain for this season. We're already getting brown spots in the yard because of it. Alrighty. Now, and I believe though that is a finished block. Woohoo! So I'm going to take this out. I'm going to lay. Now on this big hoop, if you have the Solaris, you just can't pull it straight out. You got to take it out with the corner. The foot will go over a corner easily, but it will not go over those big magnets. Okay, so I'm going to take off all the magnets. I'm going to try to let y'all be able to see how I do this. I'm going to put in a fresh piece of stabilizer. Now there is a tool that comes with this. It's usually don't need to use it as long as there's something between the metal on the magnets and the metal on the frame. However, but they really grip it well. And it's one of the few magnetic frames I would actually recommend for embroidery because it's not going to slip on this frame. There we go. Now, notice this fabric was not hooped at all. It just floated right on top of the stabilizer. I'm going to show you how to do that. And you can use this technique with any size embroidery hoop. I'm going to take me a piece of, this is tearaway stabilizer. Okay. And then I'm just going to reattach all my magnets. I'm just going to hoop the stabilizer without any fabric on top of it. Here we go. Just going to put my 4 big ones down first. And 2 of these smaller ones on each side. There it is. It's all hooped. Okay. Then we're just going to put this back on the frame. And all I'm going to do is attach my I pre-cut all these fabrics to, like it said in the instructions, 8.5 by 14.5. Then all I'm going to do, I'm going to lay it on top of this and just center it. Just eyeball it and center it in the hoop. Okay. Smooth it out nice so it's nice and flat. Then what I'm going to do, the very first stitch, I added the basting stitch. So when the file comes into your machine, this is what it looks like. This outline here is actually the 7 by 14 embroiderable area. So to add the basting stitch just around the design, you touch that, same way on the Altair Meridian Destiny, and then it's just going to put that. It'll make it really close, so it's not using the whole embroidery field, as you can see. So now, that's what I'm going to stitch out first. I'm going to baste those layers together. Okay. Get this back here where you can see it. Here we go. All I got to do is press the start button. Easy peasy. This is called floating fabric in the hoop. Regardless of what the fabric, you can do it with any fabric. This is called this is how you float fabric in an embroidery hoop. None of the fabric is attached to the hoop by the locking rings or the upper hoop or the magnets. It's just laying on there. Hence, by doing the basting stitch around, that's how it's not going to move during the stitch out process. And that's how easy it is to float fabric. Christina, my tearaway is a medium weight tearaway is what I'm using. Just one layer. And it's called Ultra Tear, which makes it really super easy on. And this is paper. I mean, here, look how easy it is to tear. It's super easy to tear. Super easy to tear. So I'm going to set this back for later when I'm doing another one. Now we're going to do block number. This is block 10. Now we're going to do block 9. Let's see here. Find a place to put my hoop. Go right there. Two over there. Now in this one, part of it actually goes all the way up under here on the sides, but it doesn't under here. So I actually do basting on this one as well. Yeah, right here. Okay. Let's pull in our design. Now I'm going to show you how I add that basting stitch. So I had the machine set for 7 by 14, and we're going to have to change that. First, we're going to pull up our design. I have it on a USB stick. PS4, PES I mean. And we're looking for block number 9, which is this one here. There's number 10, that's the one I just did. Here is flower 9 or block 9. Okay, set it. Embroidery, edit screen. We're going to go to embroidery. And here I'm going to touch layout. And see that little box right there with the flower in it? Let me get close so everyone can see it. That right there is what it will look like on whichever machine you're on. That is to add that basting stitch. When I touch that, check out what happens. Hold on. Right there, right around the design. Now, I have to select a different hoop because it thinks I have the 7 by 14 in is what it's thinking I'm going to have. So I'm going to do this. And it's on page 8 on this machine. I'm just going to pick whatever size hoop I'm actually using. I'm using a 6 by 6. I'm going to touch OK. And now I'm ready to stitch out. My very first stitch will be that basting stitch. I am going to change my thread color. Okay. I don't like to use embroidery thread for this part, something I have to rip out. It's not as easy to rip out as it is just some plain cotton thread. But I have learned, I have been using gray and it blends so well it's hard for me to see. So I'm going to use gold tonight. This is just a quilting thread is what it is. This will make it easier for my eyes to see. There we go. Get that needle threaded. Okay, so now we're going to press the start button and we are going to do the basting stitch. I haven't even picked out colors for this block. So, but it's okay. We're just gonna get her done. Now then. Next, it's going to do, I'm gonna go ahead and have it stitch the placement stitch out. Just go through all the steps. There's what it's gonna stitch down. That's the placement stitch. And what we're gonna do, going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll pick out a fabric for the outer petals. So on this one, where it's orange, this is what it's doing the placement stitch for now. With all that 6-leaf flower. Only the flower on this block will be larger on the one that I just finished stitching. But it's the same design, only a little bit larger. Okay. So, next, I gotta pick a fabric, and let's see here. Let me see here. I'm just gonna audition some fabric over here. Hold on. Save that. And there's what I just did. Right there. So for this portion, I think I'm gonna do something completely different. I'm gonna use this for the flower petals. Then for the center, I'm going to use some of that. No, I'm not. I'm going to use one of my little scraps in my scrap bucket here from this project. I'm going to use that little color right there for it. That will be my little center circle in that block. Okay. That's decided. So next I'm going to do a tack down stitch with this awesome, I love this piece of fabric right here. I love the colors in it. We're going to go here. Okay. Now we're going to do the tack down stitch. trim. Oops. There we go. I'm just going to trim all that off. This here is kudos to Karen on here for sharing her trick of using these thread snips to trim applique with. Alrighty, there's that one done. It's ready. Next, we're going to reinsert our hoop. And we are going to do our placement stitch for the center of this little design. Adjust that camera down. There we go. And we're just going to press the start button. This will be a placement stitch. And if you're using scraps, I do recommend that you use the placement stitch. You'll eliminate any unforeseen, unwanted surprises. Let's just put it that way. I'm going to put my little scrap of fabric on here. Smooth it out. Press it. There's our tack down stitch. Alrighty. Now we get to trim. There we go. And yes, even that little scrap there, I will put in my little scrap bucket. Somewhere I'll be able to use that eventually. And it's Tula pink fabric. I'm not going to throw Tula pink fabric away. Or any fabric as far as that goes. Next is the fun part. We get to do the actual embroidery stitch outs. So if you see over here on my screen, next, it is going to stitch this out, which is around the petals. Then that one will be for the center, and then this will be the little green leaves, embroidered leaves. So here we go. We're going to put in this color right here for that. Let me see something here. Get a little more light on the subject. Okay, let me change threads. that needle. And now we'll begin that stitch up. This is our raw edge covering. Hi, Mark. Oh, yes, Karen. Check this out. Now it has it's already in its little plastic tote. And there's a long way. I mean, there's not a whole lot in there. But you know, I will find something to use this for. And you know, with the price of fabric always going up now, yeah, I'm not gonna throw away anything that I know I might be able to. So, for instance, let's see here. This scrap right there, that'll go directly to the garbage because there's nothing I could really use that for, I don't think. Oh, you're okay, Karen. I have bolts lined up in the shop. That's where I hoard all my fabric. Like this piece of fabric here, everybody. Check it out. Now I'm going to trim those little fingers there off. Look at that. There's nothing I could use that for, right? Or is there? Maybe not. I'll just leave it alone. You never know. We'll just have to wait and see on that. This little flower here reminds me of the 60s and early 70s, the hippie flower child movement. Can't you just see that all over like a shoulder bag or something, or on a hat? I don't mean that in a bad way or anything. I had my share of psychedelic clothes from the late 60s and early 70s. Ah, the good old days. Remember the leather headbands with the peace symbols on them and stuff like that? I remember back in the 70s, back in that time, I was really into making macrame stuff. Oh my gosh. I made curtains and... Oh, cool, Coralie. I've made Out of macrame, I've made room dividers and curtains and wall hangings and hanging tables. Oh my gosh. Anything you could think of. Oh yes, yes. Definitely one of those Volkswagen vans. I had a Volkswagen thing. 1973 Volkswagen thing. I called it my VW Jeep. And it was that bright orange back then. It was as orange could get. But that thread color really goes with this piece of fabric really well. I mean, check that out. Isn't that a beautiful together? Woohoo! Yummy. Love Gremlins Coralie. Oh my gosh. I tell you what, Mia, it had a gas heater in it. It would, in the winter, it would singe your legs, but your backside would be half frozen in that car. It was not good for cold weather. It was a convertible, so no, it was not good for cold weather. The heater in that. It kept the front part of you toasty with the backside froze in the winter. So over here on my design wall and behind me are all the blocks that we have currently made for this project. There we go. There's all the blocks so far that are done. Tonight's episode will add 6 more blocks to that wall. That is not the order that they will be sewn together, just so everybody knows. Woohoo! My little bubby's over here on his couch asleep. Check him out. There's Puffin. Oh, I woke you up. I said your name, didn't I? Yes, I did. Did I wake you up? You can go back to sleep. It's okay. You're a good dog. Yes, you're a good dog. There's my little bubby. was his little couch. He's still giving me the stare down for waking him up. Yeah, Tracy, he's my little buddy. He gets to go to the vet on Monday for his yearly spa day. He's going to not be a happy camper. I think they're going to have to pull another one of his teeth. It's just time for his regular checkup. But yeah, he's a senior citizen now, and he's having some dental problems. Yes, I got that little dog couch off of Wayfair.com. They have all kinds of couches. Furniture for your pets, I should say. Now, next week, we are going to be doing blocks 11 and 12. And those are two big blocks, so that might just end up being one block. I don't know yet. We're still figuring out the tech issues, which I thought was solved, but it's not. Blah, blah, blah. So, but next Friday night, I was going to do one tomorrow, but we're going to have to turn everything down, everything off, and do some serious testing anyway. Yes, so Chris, what I did here, it's just a single layer of the background fabric. Hold on. This is just a single layer of fabric. This is tearaway stabilizer. It's a paper stabilizer. Yes, that was a basting stitch around because this is semi-floating on top of the. It's floating at the bottom and the top. And this is floating here, but it's not on this side. So I used a basting stitch to attach it to the stabilizer to stabilize it during the stitch out process. And for this little creamsicle color, it's kind of what I call it. I've got this little, it's a pale orange, but it's a perfect match for that right there. Stephanie, welcome. Haven't seen you for a while. How's everything out in Reno? Out in your neck of the woods. Oh, nice. Nice. Yes, it is that time of year, isn't it, Stephanie, for graduations. Started last month with your part of this month. And just so we keep our eye on the end result of what we're doing here, this is what our quilt top will look like once it is all finished. Yes, this design is by Lunch Box Quilts, and it's called Just Flowers. There is their web address. If you'd like to purchase that pattern, you can get it directly from them. I recommend going to your local quilt shop and trying to get it by local whenever possible. Okay, so next we're going to do our covering stitch. For the raw edge of the circle, we're going to swap out our thread. Change that thread color. And start the stitch out on that center there. Then we'll just have one more color, nothing but embroidery, with this nice pretty leafy green. Once that is done, we'll be stitching out those little green tips between each petal. There's 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, totally, Mia. You could use them on anything. Tote bags, coats, purses, notebook covers, anything you can think of, you could use these designs on. Some of them you could even use along, think of putting them as a border around a beautiful tablecloth. You can make a beautiful tablecloth with this. Use the blocks this size here. This could be the border around a tablecloth. Wouldn't that be pretty? Okay, we're going to do another color change. We're going to put on this green right here, that leafy green, emeraldy, leafy green. It's the same green that's in this block right here. Very same green. Okay. So we'll get that thread color changed. Press that start button, and this will be the last step for this block. Oh, absolutely, Mia. If you're going to make you use this on a bed, totally pick out your favorite ones to make pillows out of. Like floss pillows, these the first block we did. Check it out. See, It's a large one. That'd make a beautiful throw. That'd make a beautiful throw pillow. My hands are big. See how big that is? It's about a 10 by 10 inch design. You could easily make 12 by 12 throw pillows out of that, or even a little larger. While we're using really jewel tone colors with this, you could totally do a tone-on-tone type of quilt. For instance, all whites and ivories and cream-colored fabrics, including the embroidery thread, and just make a beautiful monotone quilt. Just get a look at that little flower, that little leaf it's stitched. How pretty that is. Look at the texture on it. It's lovely. The only limit, everybody, is your imagination, is what you can do with all of this. There's also great built-in designs to your machines. Those of you that have the Altera or Meridian, there's some gorgeous designs in there, as well as those that have the other machines, including the Solaris. I think the monochrome would be gorgeous. I really do. All off-white and creams and pale beige and with monotone thread colors to match all of that, it would be gorgeous. It really would. This one, when I get it done, is going up on my wall. But I might have to make a big one for the bed. I think it'd make a beautiful bed cover. I would probably just use it as a bedspread because I wouldn't want to have to worry about laundering it a lot or anything like that with all of the embroidery and applique on it. I don't know. I don't know. Well, that's half of them, everybody. It's only got about another 3 minutes to go, and they'll be done. It will be finished and complete. It will have fulfilled its destiny. So here's a sneak preview. Check it out. That's block 11. That's going to be a beauty. The two flowers will, of course, be applique. The rest is just all in this green thread that I'm using with that beautiful filigree. That'll be a beautiful block. Let's see, and then block number 12. Christina, I would hand wash it and then lay it out flat to dry. Something like that, an embroidered quilt, a quilt that has a lot of embroidery on it, you probably would not want. Definitely don't want to put it in a dryer. You can put it in a washing machine if you have a delicate or gentle cycle. No hot water. For this type of a quilt anyway. Oh, I'm surprised it lasted that long. I need to put a bobbin in. Check it out. So let me grab me one of my pre-wound bobbins. I have them right up here on top of the machine. Pre-wound. Okay, so I'm going to press this. And then press OK. It'll automatically tie off and cut the thread. Then once I take this out and put the new bobbin in, when it goes back, it'll pick up right where it left off, everybody. Altair, Meridian, Destiny, they do the same thing. Okay, we find the end of that thread. There we go. Sometimes it's hard to find. And then I'm going to put my frame back in. Press the OK button on the screen and press the start button. And it's all going to go. There we go. But in a nutshell, Christina, that's how I personally wash a quilt when I need to. I will put it into our washing machine, gentle, hand, delicate cycle, whatever you have. And then I will take it out. Hopefully it's the time of the year that you can put a sheet on the grass outside and lay it out flat and let it dry. And you should not have it in direct sunlight while it's drying. That's how I do it. I use a very gentle detergent, one that is biodegradable, rinse-free. It's Unicorn, which we have here in our shop. But that's how I launder a quilt. But that's just almost done there, so check it out. Once again, next week is block number 11, which is this one. Same size block as the other one, block number 10. That's really going to be pretty. And then block number 12 is the one after that. That'll be another beauty. Woohoo! So after tonight, there's only 4 more blocks to go. Woohoo! Okay, let's have a look at this. Let's take it out of the machine. Going to unscrew it about 3 times. Get it out of that hoop. And there it is. This is block number 9. of just flowers. And here is our block number 10. There they are. I'm going to back this up so you can get them, look at both of them. Block 9, block 10. So we have to have 3 of these and 3 of these for the large quilt. Pretty cool. I love how the center is on this. Check it out. It has little fingers that look at that. Isn't that cool? I love this stitch. Love, love, love. Okay. So everybody, we had a good night. No issues, no stalling. Hooey. Okay, so everybody, we'll do this again next Friday night. Let me swap my camera. Hold on. Oops. There we go. Hello there. Okay, so look at that. Let me hold it up in a different light here so everyone can see that. Isn't it pretty? Just love it. And it's coordinating block. There you go. Woohoo. Alrighty. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Oh, thank you, Christina. Thank you, everyone. I love each and every one of you. I will see you all next Friday night. Have a glorious week. Be safe. Stay out of the smoke. Sew something pretty and make yourself happy. Have a wonderful evening, everybody. Bye.